Good morning, 6th graders, or good afternoon, depending on what time you have science. Sorry I'm not here today. My son is sick, and I need to take care of him because I'm a mommy first and a teacher second. So let's get started. First of all, today, make sure that you have appropriate behavior for the sub. If you choose to not do that and you choose to not follow those directions, then you're going to lose your gold card, and I don't want that to have to happen, but it will if I get a note that you weren't behaving for the sub. The other thing that could happen is you might get sent over to another teacher. That's also not a good consequence or not a good thing to follow up your poor choices. So please make sure that that doesn't happen. I know that you can do it today. You can make it. You can handle it. A lot of you did really well for Mr. Durgas' sub on Monday or on Tuesday. So we're going to start off by making sure you're ready to learn in class. So go ahead and get out those 5 things that you need in order to be ready to learn. The sub will come around and they will give you a ticket. If you have those 5 things, remember it's your Chromebook, independent reading book, agenda, writing utensil, and your lanyard around your neck. If you do not have those 5 things, do not argue that you don't get a ticket. You know that you're not ready to learn and you're not prepared for class. Okay? The next thing, our bell ringer, we're going to finish up our name tents. They are in a stack on the front counter. If you would like to kind of, as a group, get those handed out, you're going to get about 10 minutes to work on those. Make sure they're done. Make sure you've added little things about yourself. That way we can get to know you by looking at them. The other thing to think about is making sure that we clean up afterwards. So when you are done working on those, you're going to get the colored pencils put away so they're not a distraction. If you feel like I've given too much information and there's too much to look at or realize, you can pause the video or you can come back and play it again. I'm going to post it on Google Classroom, but I'm also going to have the sub played at the beginning of class. So after you are done with your bell ringer, you're going to do a pre-assessment. So it's not a test of seeing what you know. We're not getting graded by if we get the questions right or wrong. It's for me to see if you know what's going on. So please do your best on that. It's a Google form. It'll be linked through Google Classroom. When you are done with that, we are going to get a piece of paper that's going to teach us about Newton's first law. So we're going to walk through that and work on that. You're going to be doing a magic trick with some materials. You're going to have a cup. It'll look like this, a card, and a washer. And so what you're going to do, it's going to ask you to stack them. So you're going to put the cup on top of the card on top of the cup and the washer on top of that, just like this. And your goal, oops, just kidding. Your goal is to get that washer into the cup without touching the washer. If you're unable to do this, just follow the directions that are on the paper and it will work. The next thing that you're going to do is there will be a race to clean up when you are done testing that out and done filling out the paper. And so the first group that's able to clean up when the sub says, then you'll be able to get candy off of my front counter. Once that's done, on the back side there's some information about Newton's first law. So you're going to get about 15 minutes to work through this, do some research, look online, try to find the information, okay, and get that filled out, find some examples. After that, we have a mini lab that I want you to do. The sub's going to kind of go through that and explain how Newton's laws works with it. But you're going to get some black tubing, and it's over there, I couldn't show it to you, but black tubing, and you're going to get some marbles, and follow the directions on the paper, kind of write your answers or what you're thinking, record that thinking, because that's really important, and then you'll be able to move on from that mini lab. There's an exit ticket at the bottom of the mini lab. Please make sure that's filled out. The sub will be checking and looking to make sure that's completed before you leave class. And then your homework for today, super hard homework, so be prepared. Your job is to choose a sport. Any sport you want, sport that you're interested in. But you're going to choose a sport, and we're going to be using it for a project that we're starting next week. Okay, so when you come to class Monday, you have to have that sport picked. If you don't, you didn't do your homework. Told you it was tough, right? Really tough. So if you have questions, please watch this video again. If you still have questions, maybe check the agenda. I will link it through Google Classroom also in case you haven't gotten that bookmarked. I don't think we have. But make sure that you have those appropriate behaviors and show them how awesome you guys are, because I know that you can do it. Have a great day. Thanks.